Getting kinda hectic. Too many fears on me like I'm in Texas. 3 years deep now, keeping them guessing. 4-star hotel, what's for breakfast? 5 fingers, give you a blister. 6 at the wheel, you're 6 the mister. Give me your mama, I'ma kiss her. I said 6 rings on me like I'm in Pittsburgh. Motion maker, record breaker. 6 on my chest like an LA Laker. Black belt MC, call me master. 6 on the beat, it's a speaker blaster. Bars are hot and bars are ready. A Middle Caesars with the extra chetty. Extra style, extra flow. Slip for sale, like 5 below. Yeah, in the club now like I'm Biddy. Counting these notes like a MIDI. Laugh to the bank, hit the gritty. Go and tell your mom that she really, really pretty. Yo, I called up your grandma. Said this the new age nostalgia. She said that last night she called ya. Said JVB is the future. Palace backpack, Nike snapback. Break truck, stop playing hack sack. All gas, whole lot of motion. Headbang, whiplash, past the moat train. Sauced up, fits on 10. Yankee fitted, even in my bed. Small town boys up next to bat. JVB, make it get slapped. It's so brothers from another. Even if I wasn't, treat me like a cousin. Look who in my recent, she's so indecent. You don't want no beef with.
12, you wasn't trying to be Kyle. Copy my style and show it to their friends and try to say that it's them, but y'all know what this is. Red on the couch and they both mahogany.
Welcome to Everbank Stadium, football fans in Jacksonville, Florida. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. Has room down the left sideline. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
A hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground, to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. First carry now. This is Duuuval. He needed his 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3.
Hey, run! Here we go.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Went for that big shot. They wanted to get that highlight the first time they touched the football.
Now, this group likes to be aggressive, and early incompletion's not going to deter them. Sharpshooters, they don't stop shooting threes because of one brick, and they won't stop pushing this ball down the field either.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Gets his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Offense up to the line fast.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take over on his 5th interception of the season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side, tracking down and stop potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Jackson off the play action. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. He's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the 1st down.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game.
Okay, you know what a run like that does? For everybody, for the play caller, for the O-lineman, for the offense, it just gives you confidence that you can call that run again and not expect a little chunk, but go get explosive on the ground as well.
Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Starting from the 5. They're going to bring him down as he gets it to the 33. Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Here's a screen for Duuuval. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks. That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It's going to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
11, red on red. This side. Here we go.
3rd and long for him here. It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. So their 2nd drive ends just the way their 1st one did, Brock. And if you are the coach down there, man, you've got to be fuming.
Yeah, so frustrated, right? 2 drives in, you still can't get your game plan at all. Not a series you're going to keep ending prematurely. You don't want to be playing behind schedule right from the start of the game, which is exactly where they found themselves.
And he's taken down as he takes this to the 38. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down to just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Continuing to dig. He's inside the 25. And they finally get to him at the 15. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route.
And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 20-zip lead. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out, or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. Here's Luke for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 21-zip already.
Jaguars nothing.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
This return starts at the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
Hey, Ron.
Back to work after throwing the pick. And no look in. That throw falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Malachi Starks read that nicely. He makes the stop.
A gain of 7.
Here we go.
Brings
The
up
gun on this 3rd down. Lawrence. He's trying to push the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars get it back to a 14-point game. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot.
DC, ready?
1st and 10 from the 41. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. Picked up by the Jaguars. And they can't cobble a return together, but they do have the football. They've got it on their side of the field.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's good for a Jaguars.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad, just could not haul it in.
Go.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Cam Little now to try the Jags field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll get him back to 11.
what a season this guy has had. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Ooh, a big lick from the coverage team there. That is going to stop things before they can get it to the 30. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They go play fake with Jackson. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
Quarterback of his renounce, Kate, I'm not surprised at all to see him throw it into double coverage early. And that incompletion, well, it's just going to fuel his confidence that much more to keep forcing it.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Tootin gets it from the gun. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Moving quickly, trying to get set. First down throw, Lawrence. He finds Johnston. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, and sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they make the play at the 23, a gain of only a little. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. On play action now, Lawrence. And that is how our first quarter will end, as that pass falls incomplete. So they'll get to scheme about this 3rd down call for a bit. That brings us to the end of one. 21-10 our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here.
11, Agate. 11. Hey, kill. Here we go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Chased out to his right. Stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal. Offensive line fast.
Hey, Jupiter.
Jaguars, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Jaguars making a 1-score game in the first half. Trevor Lawrence with the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And the the Jaguars cut the lead down to 4.
Jaguars 17.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20.
20-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. He sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Here's Lamar. Into the hands of Walker. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he has it near the sideline and near the marker. They're going to say he's out of bounds. Nearly a big play on 3rd, but now 4th down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
24-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Setting up the running back screen. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stops.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable. And it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
They stopped him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
So often we talk about the individual having to move on to the next play. Well, that was a perfect picture of the collective. That defense staring down 2nd and 1 rose to the occasion collectively.
Hey, run! Silver!
On 3rd down, here's Sutton. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I love that call on 3rd down because it just gives you options. The best 3rd down teams are teams that do just that. Right? They give you options. You don't let the defense dictate to you. You look at what they're giving you, and you take advantage of them.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. Has a man downfield. This is Robinson. And he's going to have this down to the 42-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Hey, Ginger.
Sutton on 1st and 10. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
Does that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field? All I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Decent 24.
Zone read. They'll give it to Sutton. Got the give on the zone read, and the defenders were waiting for him. He goes down for a loss. I think we both sensed it as the play was developing, Brock. It didn't look like either guy wanted the football, and you can see why with how well it played out defensively.
Yeah, there's 2 looks as a quarterback you hate to see on your teammate's face. When you throw your receiver into coverage and he gets smacked, and then when you pitch it out to the running back and he gets the negative yards on his stat sheet, yeah, that's the one the quarterback's got to rectify.
What are you doing? First time this game they've looked to him, and that brings up 4th and long. Wow, they must really trusted this guy's range. He's out for what would be a very long field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash.
Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Lamar now from the gun. He brings it in. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
1st down, here's Lamar. This is completed downfield to Likely. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. A gain of 19 yards. And the Ravens 1st down.
Real quick. 180. 180.
On 1st down, Jackson. And he's going to score a touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens grow their lead just before halftime.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. Do I got middle field open or closed? Do I got a single high or too high? Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11.
Jaguars 17.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away.
Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Has this at the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. All right, some good work on that run back, Brock. He gets this to the 33. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Red on red.
Inside give here for Duuuval. He is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
Run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
11. Darn, they said it's hot. 6 break. 11. Hey, I'm gun. Silver.
Lawrence with it on 1st. Finds the in route complete. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the shotgun, Lawrence escapes the pocket. That one's cut along the left sideline. This is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and goal. Here's Tootin. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Red, 23.
At the Ravens
Hey,
6-yard line.
hot. 11, Agate. Me.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes out to the left. He's smart, he won't risk anything here. Just chucks this away. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
They'll try with Tootin. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars making a one-score game before halftime. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars cut the lead down to 4. we've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
13. No, we changed it.
First down throw for Jackson. Got a man downfield. It's Bateman. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. He got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime.
Go. Hey, Ginger, touch. Here we go.
Quick throw out wide. I think this might be a double pass. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16.
We changed it. Middle. Report.
From the gun, Jackson. On the move, headed right. He's taking a shot down the sideline. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Fields this one at the 3. They'll bottle him up just as he gets it to the 30.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. That's exactly what they did.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Hey, let's go. Hey, Phil,
Lawrence looking to throw. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. That's complete inside the 35. Working quickly here.
A gain of 36 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Hand off to Tootin. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That's Odafe away with a stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Bigger gap in the future.
Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard pickup brings up
Third down here, need 8 on the play.
On red. Here we go.
Third and long for him here. Hits him downfield. This is Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go. 4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal.
Red on red.
Completes another one to Thomas. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Brian Thomas Jr. the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. Great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming here from the 12. And they finally bring him down after a huge run back into their territory.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense, who now gets to take over. A lot of the work in the field position already done.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This is ahead for about 5. Down by Caleb Ransom.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
This is Henry on second. We're working a couple yards past the line. Travis Hunter making that play.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and just 2 to go. Here he is on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
That field goal unit is still on the sidelines. They are going for this.
No, we changed it. Yo.
They're looking to throw. That one finds his man, likely. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a first.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That's caught at the 4. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 9-point advantage. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here, but his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
On the return, here's Jones. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes first and 10.
Hey, hey, hey. Here we go.
On the give, it's Duuuval. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure nice little run to set the table.
After a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down.
Son, this is hot. Still.
Lawrence working from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
Hey, two-footer.
On first and 10, here's Lawrence. And it's dropped underneath, too deep. They come crashing down on that receiver screen, and they take him down behind the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Hey, easy. Ralph. Son, this is hot.
Now it's Lawrence. Forced out to his right. Throws caught. This one doesn't get much. Down to the 41. TJ Tampa there on the tackle.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Hot. Hey, Soko, hot. Here we go.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Roquan Smith with the pick. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
At the 49-yard line.
Walker going to motion over right. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of 2nd down.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
He's in trouble, and they bring it down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
No, we changed it. Go. 13. Middle.
And they just get the play off. He's on the run, deep down the middle. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. And he's brought down, and a penalty flag out on the play as well. So after figuring out the flag, now we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The punt's away, and this one looking good. Angled this one for the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30.
30-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10.
Rip, 23. Soko, hot.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Finds Woods. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line.
think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper, shredding the slopes, or dude shredding the defense just like that.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Hey, easy, Ralph. Here we go.
Duuuval headed left. Ran into a wall that time. Couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage, so third down now.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Here he goes, third and long. He rolls to his right. That's complete to Johnston, out right. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the fourth. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20. First call here coming from the shotgun. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Has some daylight through the 40. Escapes a defender. And this is across midfield and into enemy territory.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. They pick up 20 yards there, and that'll be first down, Baltimore.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, here's Lamar. Setting up the screen. Again, he hits the second level. Oh, and it's a punishing hit to end that play, but hey, still a win for this offense. They've got first and goal now from the 2. Trying to run with Henry. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. And dose of the hurry up here. Here's another for him. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. It looked like they had it, but nope, no gain, and now they're just inches short for third down.
I think I could see that sideline considering a challenge down there. It was close, but I think he got barely enough to escape the end zone. Another run might not be so lucky.
Third and hardly anything. Just need the length of the football. Third and goal, Henry. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Ravens make it a 9-point advantage. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Here's Luke for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens make it a 10-point ball game. All set up, here's Luke to kick it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
On red. Hey, stop.
Tootin with it. We'll fight ahead for a few. It's 3rd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
38-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
Throw here, 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that's really one of the only things this offense couldn't afford to see happen, Brock. It's 4th and long.
The number of times we see quarterbacks with his running ability make plays, critical plays on 3rd down, it's got to be refreshing for that defense to finally see them on the right side of it.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Oof, best of luck here, guys. It's 4th and pretty far.
Go, go. Hey, Ron. Go, go. Son, go, go. Let's go. 11. Here we go.
Desperation time here. Buys time, rolling right. He finds Johnston. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And this is going to be down to about the opposing 36 for their next snap.
It's a gain of 38 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Silver.
1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Throwing for the back of the end zone. And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the 4th. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up. Shift the momentum a little here in the 4th. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13.
Change it. Hey.
From the gun, Jackson. They did it! He made the interception! That is Caleb Ransom.
Not just a bad decision, frankly. It really is a quarterback in this moment of the game. You got to know it's not a time to take a risk. Cannot be throwing out life preservers and giving that other team, your opponent, a chance like he just did.
Well, the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Jacksonville. Jaguars trail by a field goal. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Lisa 24.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down. Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Looking good, and it's through. And they've tied it up late in the 4th.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
And this one bounces into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback out to the 20. defense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Hey, middle. 13.
Back to throw. Finds the in route complete. Continuing to move past the 45. Keeps it moving. At the 20. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens jump in front late. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, do they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Starting from the 5. Good work so far. He's got room. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
Trailing by 1 score late here, Kate. Maybe this is the return. Maybe this is what helps them get right back into it. Good field position now to start their most important series yet of this game.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Hey, run. Hey, tomato. Here we go.
Setting up to pass. Complete left side to Thomas. And he has him right near midfield here. It's like about a yard short. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. Here he is to throw. Chased out to his right. Brought in. He's still going at the 30. There he goes again. And he gets him the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So to get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock, now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback. Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
2nd down, Jackson to pass. Escapes the pocket. And he is stumped with authority there, but that stump came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down.
No, we changed it.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. This is completed downfield directly. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Now with 8 seconds remaining in the game, they're going to burn their final timeout.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st down, ball at the 36. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
one is good! And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Fields the hard squib kick. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.